Bill 336 would essentially allow the port to waive the GovGuam Procurement Act. Senator Tom Atta says he introduced this bill to help the port acquire the cranes that Public Law 3100 requires them to get by December of 2012.
The port has on 7 different occasions initiated bids to obtain gantry cranes. And on all 7 attempts, they have failed. 5 times on 5 occasions, the bids were canceled for one reason or another. And then on 2 occasions, most recently the one in 2009, the bids were protested. The most recent one is currently still in court.
Senator Atta's bill would allow the port to enter into direct negotiations with Matson Navigation Company and Horizon Lines, Inc., who own the 3 gantry cranes that are currently used at the port. Before negotiating for the purchase of these cranes, the port would also have to hire a crane expert to fully assess the condition and value of the cranes.
The bill also puts in some safeguards in terms of conflict of interest. And so it prohibits certain people from participating on the negotiating team.
For example, all elected officials, anyone who was employed by either of the carriers at any one time or another, and anyone who might stand to gain from the negotiations in the future are prohibited from being involved in the negotiations. The need for cranes is not the port's only problem. The Department of Defense's Inspector General has just released a report saying that the port's wharf is in need of repairs that could cost nearly $100,000, eating up all of the money the port was going to use for its modernization efforts. The port, on the other hand, had a different assessment done on the wharf, one that recommends a $12 million repair that would extend the life of the wharf for the next 20 years.
This is where I think the port and the Maritime Administration have really got to reach a common position and go to the Department of Defense and say, you know, unless you're willing to put up additional funds, then we should go with the, repair and replacement. And also continue with the modernization of the port. But if not, if the $50 million that we have now is all that we can count on, then we really need to take a look at a risk management approach.
Which means the cheaper $12 million fix that would still allow the port to proceed with its modernization efforts.